So I'm with Anna and Jake. We are in a car on the way to San Francisco. Hi, Jake.
Hey.
So, Jake, you're going to read a poem by Emily Dickinson. It's numbered 620. It's called Much Madness is Divinest Sense. Please read it.
Much madness is divinest sense to a discerning eye. Much sense, the starkest madness, 'tis the majority. In this, as all prevail, assent, and you are sane. Demur, you're straightway dangerous and handled with a chain.
Anna, what is being said about madness here?
I think she's saying that if you give in to your madness, if you assent to your madness, then you're sane. But if you resist your
So it's
madness,
just
then
plain
you're
old
dangerous.
paradox.
Yeah.
If you assent to madness, you're sane.
If you assent.
Are you sure it's
into
assenting to madness? I mean, assent isn't a pun. It means yes. It means saying yes. Saying yes to what, Jake?
Well, if you ascend like a pun, like if you rise up into madness. Or alternatively, the reading is the majority. If you assent to the majority, then you are considered sane, but are you really, right? So of both things, like which one is sanity?
Yeah.
Assent to majority or your own madness.
Your own
So
madness,
she's saying that sanity is constructed, socially constructed.
Basically, yeah.
Basically,
Sanity is socially constructed, and because it is socially constructed, it's necessarily wrong because that's the majority.
It is madness that it's socially constructed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, certainly the end of the poem makes that case clear. Can we deal briefly with the beginning? I don't really quite get the beginning. Translate this, Anna, into plain English. Much madness is divinest sense.
I think she's saying that there is a kind of divinity in madness, in the sense that, that madness, in a way, is a way to reach the divine. It's like a sublime,
But not all of it. Much of it.
Much of it, not all of it.
Oh, you think it's much, as in like much of madness
Much
is like
of
that?
madness is divinest sense to a discerning eye.
It-
Much sense. This is really a pretty cool poem.
Yeah.
Much sense. So what's that referring to? The opposite of madness is sense.
Like reason or...
I think much means like overabundance, like crazy amount of madness. That's divinest sense. A little madness, like just taking 5 minutes to read a poem in a car. I don't know.
That's
On the way to
madness.
San
But
Francisco.
much madness, real.
Yeah. So, but she's saying something really radical here. Much sense is, in fact, mad. If you, much of the time, if you're making sense, you're insane.
Right.
Yep.
And 'tis the majority in this, as all prevail. Anna, 'tis the majority in this prevail. What does she mean there? The majority has its way in this.
Right.
Yeah. Majority rules, I guess.
I love as all.
As all prevail. It's like the rhymes, right? Also wonderful. The I and majority. I guess that's supposed to be a rhyme. Prevail, and then the rhymes just break down, right?
Yeah.
They
Prevail,
break down because
sane.
the poem is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so now the three of us are going to have to deal with the very disturbing last line.
Yeah.
Right?
And-
Assent, and you're called sane. Demur, and you're deemed to be dangerous and handled with a chain. Does that mean you're imprisoned?
Imprisoned or put in some kind of asylum situation. I mean, straight away is an amazing word to use there. It makes me think of a straitjacket.
Yes.
Like restraint.
Jake, handled. Love
Handled.
that word there.
Yeah, I mean, somebody, an authority, is exercising power over you, handled with the chain. I feel like it's some kind of mythic reference, handled with the chain. Yeah.
A myth we can't summon right now. All right, final thoughts on this. Anna, you first.
I mean, reading it over and over again, the use of the dashes in this poem are really... There's a kind of frenetic energy to this poem that's generated by those dashes that makes you feel like this poem was written in a state of real stress.
Jake, final thought?
Just makes me, or reminds me to look over the edge of madness, how productive it is for a poet to do that.
And my final thought is the obvious thing, which is that Emily Dickinson surely was ahead of her time, long preceding, Foucault and a lot of other people in the 20th century deciding that insanity is defined by the majority.
Right.
And anyone who's in a minority is kind of deemed ipso facto insane.
Yeah.
Let's say the Soviet Union at its worst, or any kind of totalitarian state. If you were a minority, you were crazy to be a minority, right? And here she is thinking about this, and the phrase "mad woman in the attic," which she didn't use, but it was applied to her later by Gilbert and Gubar and many others, thinking about that figure. She really was thinking about what her situation was. Thank you both. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Good times.
If you liked this episode, watch another and subscribe.
And join us for ModPo, a free and open course at modpo.org.